Hey, what's up guys, you got Gunk or BB here and we're back with week 2 of UPA, that's United Pokemon of America, Uber's Premier League, Uber Pokemon League is one of those. Week 1, it took a horrible loss. I know I brought like Tinkatuff and stuff like that, and yeah, I got crit, but dude, I just didn't play good, let's be for real. I didn't play good and I lost. So for this one, I really want to win. I mean, I want to win them all, I want to win all of them, every single one of them, but I really lost and I want to keep losing. I want to win. And yeah, dude, Byleth. Yeah, I'm cosplaying Byleth. I don't know. I named my guys after Fire Emblem. I thought it would be funny to cosplay Byleth. It's funny to me, dude. I don't know what to tell you. This week we're going against Mike, Wrecked Mike, and he has Bicycle Legion Rain. So let's counter. Yeah, 0. I can't count it. They don't exist. So just going to the builder, dude. Let's see how that's gonna develop. I have no idea. So alright guys, we're gonna get into the builder here. So you can see my opponent has a rain team with DEOXYS attack and Sneasler and Terrain and Arcalon and a bunch of stuff. But the thing is, first thing I recognize from this team is that there's no dragon and there's no fairy resist either. So I didn't exactly build a team around anyone in particular, like week 1. Well, we saw how that ended up anyway, so I'm not gonna do that again. But I think these two sets can really put in work. For the Zekrom, if I'm able to Dragon Dance, I could very well win, although it's not as easy as that sounds. Thing is, if he's bringing Pelipper, that's the freest Zekrom ever, right? I just come in and start doing damage. I think I can just do that without Dragon Dancing. I can't go for game too early because if our Caldon is max defense, it will take my Outrage. But, you know, I have things to chip it down like Earth Power, and of course, if the Earth Power is not doing that much, then that means it's AB, in which case Outrage at +1 will absolutely demolish. But yeah, at +1 with a Spike Up, I could potentially win. Again, there's, you know, revenge killers and things that can take a hit. So I might just use it as a breaker. I might end up sweeping with it. We'll see. But you know, it's Zekrom. It's cool. And we have Scarf from Slaughtermane. This is mainly because there's a lot of fast mons, and I don't like any of them. They're horrible. The thing is though, not a lot of things switching to Fairy. The only thing that can take a Moonblast reasonably well is like Solvest or Caludon or like Rillaboom, and of course Porygon 2. Porygon 2 is the best answer. I fully expect Porygon 2. So the plan here is to maybe Memento into Porygon 2 if I don't need Floramain anymore, and then I can sweep with either Zekrom or Zapdos, which I have down here, and you'll see the set in just a second. That being said, I like being Scarf because I am actually faster than everything, even Basculegion in range. And with this little bit of defense, believe it or not, I can take an Aqua Jet in rain, which is, I mean, we're talking about Basculegion here. That's pretty good. Next we have DEOXYS. We are actually gonna lead with it this time. This is supposed to beat any lead that he goes for, and I know how that sounds. I mean, it's not 100% real, but I can beat most of the things that I'm expecting. For example, if it's a lead DEOXYS attack trying to catch me, I will knock into extreme speed, and that guarantees I get a kill on DEOXYS, and then I can set up spikes later on. If it's an Overquill lead, I actually take Crunch plus Aqua Jet, and of course every other Pokemon that outcalls me is Focus Sash, but that specific combination, Crunch, Aqua Jet, I can take it. I am bold, very bulky, and I'll hopefully try to prevent spikes from my opponent and then set up my own. Knockoff is just, it's knockoff, but more specifically, if I can get rid of a Solvest on anyone, or the Eviolite on Porygon 2, then this stops being a setup for a win con and becoming its own win con, and I can just spam Moonblast a billion times and I win. Next we have Torterra. We are Cover Cloak, Terra Poison. This is here to take on one Pokemon, and that's Sneasler. It also helps with Rillaboom, but you'd be surprised how much that does actually. And yeah, we're Cover Cloak because I know better. Rocks would be amazing if I can set them up, but we'll see. The problem with this set is it's tailor-made for like 2 months really, and then everything else kind of beats it. And I mean, even another thing I don't like is that it invites Pelipper. There's not a lot I can do to Pelipper. I tried being Rock Move, I tried being so many things, but then I just gave up. I'm like, you know what? I'll just go Seed Bump. It comes in, it takes a Seed Bump, and then it's forced to roost. So maybe I can just spam Seed Bump now that it's a water type. Yeah, because like Stone Edge and Rock Blast, it wasn't doing anything, and I didn't want to be like Terra Electric. Just Poison. Poison works. It's good for Sneasler, good for Rillaboom. Then we have Zapdos. This is like a weird set. It's Agility. Well, I guess it's not that weird, but we're Dual Wing Beat. Look, like Flying Fighting just hits everything in the team, so I just threw Dual Wing Beat because I didn't really know what else to throw, and then I thought, you know what? If it comes to this very specific interaction where I set up a +2 speed and DEOXYS is still alive, I do not want to mess with any Focus Sash because this thing here, it's really hard for my opponent to switch into. So Dual Wing Beat actually breaks this Focus Sash, and yes, it always kills them. It's DEOXYS. Of course it kills. So I just went with double coverage. At first I was like Life Orb, then I thought, oh, you know, it can be substitute. We're going Muscle Band. I don't like Life Orb. Life Orb is like the worst item ever made, and I hate that I'm forced to run it on things like Sacrum. And then we have Ditto. Nothing to explain here. This guy has Blastoise and Basculegion, and if he tries to do something funny with them, I have a Ditto. That being said, Floater Main outspits both. But yeah, Ditto is just it's a safe card. Like what can I say? I need it for this one. It's a very offensive team, so I gotta have the Ditto in the back. But yeah, that's gonna be the team, and we're gonna get right into the battle. Alright, we got the battle. We see that there's no Sneasler, so immediately Torterra is like the worst one ever made. It works for Rillaboom though, which is okay, but I'm just looking at what he has and stuff. I am always gonna lead with DEOXYS. It seems like that's an amazing lead actually. There's no Overquill. The only thing that really scares me is like a fake out Rillaboom, and even then Foxes I can take Rasculites pretty good. This video should be up by Wednesday. If you want, you don't have to, but you could say happy birthday to me. That if you're watching on a Thursday. Anyway, DEOXYS lead. So this is perfect. Like I said, my DEOXYS is tailor-made to beat the other DEOXYS. And I like that we both went shiny. I went shiny because of Claude Scholar from Fire Emblem Three Houses. It's like greenish and yellow and stuff like that. So we knock. It is Focus Sash as expected. And let's see, does he attack or does he set up? He actually goes for low speed. This is very interesting. When I saw this, I was very excited. Well, no, maybe not excited, just amazed, because I'm like, oh wow, that makes sense. They're lowering my speed to then kill me. The thing is, yeah, this is made to beat the other DEOXYS. So down goes DEOXYS attack without getting a single attack, and this is amazing because that thing is broken. So yeah, my DEOXYS speed was tailor-made for this moment, and I'm glad it happened. In comes Whiplash. This is of course Rillaboom. Funnily enough, that low sweep makes me have to switch out here, because he doesn't have to Grassy Light, he can just U-turn, or even worse, Wood Hammer. So I'm thinking, you know what, the only thing to take on this is, I guess, Zapdos in a way, but mostly Torterra. So I'm just gonna go into into Torterra and see the damage here. It's really unfortunate that I have to switch, but he did lower my speed. And DEOXYS is very useful. I'd much rather sacrifice Torterra. I mean, there's no Sneasler, so what's the point? We do see U-turn, and based on that damage, this is Banded Relevant. Very, very scary. It makes sense. It deals with Floramain, it deals with DEOXYS, as well as a lot of things in my team. Not to mention that if I copy any of his sweepers, like Basculegion or like Blastoise or something like that, even DEOXYS attack, he also has, he will always have the priority in the back. It makes sense, props to him. That being said, I just took a U-turn that did half. Comes the Pelipper. So this is very bad because I died to any hit. I know I am Terra Poison, but Hurricane has a pretty good chance of KOing me here, so I'm not even gonna bother. I'm just gonna set up rocks. Not only because I don't wanna give away my Terra just yet, in case that he doesn't attack me in the way of Surf or Hurricane. Let's say he goes for a U-turn. Keep in mind there's a Zekrom in the back, but no, he just Hurricanes and down goes to a Terra. I cannot take that. Again, even if I Terra Poison, that does a lot. I don't think I could have taken one. But yeah, surprised he went for a Hurricane. I guess he just wants the chip on the Zekrom. Although for all I know, he could be Specs and then Zekrom gets cooked. I am naive after all, but in comes the Zekrom. And now, what are we gonna do? I'm gonna Earth Power on the Pelipper because I'm expecting Duraludon to come in here. I'm thinking it, there's no way he stays in with Pelipper. I mean, this is pretty obvious. All I have to do is hit that Duraludon. Did I say Duraludon? I meant the big one, Arcaludon. If that thing's Assault Vest, I just need one Earth Power. Because after that, Floramain can just spam Moonblast against this team. Obviously, he's gonna switch out. It's 4 times weak. Zekrom looks so cool. But in comes Rillaboom, which I'm like, oh my god, you're so disrespectful. How dare you go into me? I guess it makes sense, it's a middle ground. I love her special defense, now I'm like wishing I was Draco Meteor. Because I could drop Dracos all over this team so easily. But yeah, from this position, like I said, I don't really have hazards. The Arcaludon's still alive, so I'm not gonna Dragon Dance, I'm just gonna go ahead and Outrage. And he just gets shy of the KO here, which is very unfortunate. He knocks off my Life Orb, that does a lot by the way, being banded. The thing is, as I said earlier, there is no Dragon Resist in this team, so you either give me Rillaboom, which is slower, or you give me something else. I think going into Arcaludon could be a pretty good play, seeing as it will get the stamina, but I think that will just give me damage for Floramain later. So I'm a Zekrom and I'm clicking Outrage. That's all that's happening here. So he actually switches out, and here I'm like rubbing my hands like, oh, what are you going into? Something's taking a big chunk. Can you believe that he goes into Pelipper? On a Zekrom. I mean, we all know I'm locked in, but god damn, it's a crit. Sorry about that. I got my Life Orb knocked out, so he shouldn't have done that much. The clock still says that this is a 2-hit KO, so we'll see. I am still locked in on Outrage. I got a 3-turn one, which is actually pretty good for me. And he stays in, so he's giving up the rain, which is amazing for me. And goes Sparely. And now I get confused. I got the ducks on my head. Now that there's no rain, that means Basculegion's more likely coming now, since the rain's up and he can actually use it. Just like I said, Basculegion is here. This is 2 KOs, so Last Respect is now at a 150 power. So here I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna sack. Absolutely everything hurts. I want all of my pieces here, but I do have to give something up so I can go either Floramain or Beetle after. I'm running out of time, but I end up going into DEOXYS. I just think in terms of usefulness, yeah, DEOXYS is the least useful, which says a lot because this thing's amazing in this game. And DEOXYS' speed looks so cool, man. I'm so glad I drafted it. But yeah, Last Respect takes me out, obviously. There was no hope in me taking that. And we see that it's Life Orb, so that means the Flutter Mane can take an Aqua Jet. So here I'm just debating if I go Flutter Mane or if I go into Ditto. The thing about Flutter Mane is that I have to Shadow Ball, because Moonblast is likely not going to KO this, even after the Life Orb. That being said, there's not a lot to switch into Last Respect, so Ditto's looking pretty nice here. Here comes the Ditto, and I become Basculegion. And let me say, Basculegion looks so cool. I've never seen this guy in the game actually. He just looks cool. But yeah, Last Respects takes down the Basculegion, and Rain will go down. That being said, I am still Scar, so very likely I outspeed everything. When it comes Rillaboom, this can knock me out with a Grassy Glide. I was very tempted here to use Last Respects, because Rillaboom's being a nuisance. I no longer have hazards either to deal with it, unfortunately. So I'm just gonna go Zekrom, because in the chance that he Grassy Glides, I cannot lose Ditto, not against Blastoise. I could lose to that play. Yeah, switch out my Ditto, and in comes Zekrom. As he actually U-turns, oh my god, I knew I should have Last Respect. I knew I should have Last Respected, man. I was so tempted to click it, but if I lost Ditto, I could have lost this game, dude. Like, I could have lost right on the spot. Here comes Blastoise. So this is obviously going to Terra, because Ball Strike's gonna send you to hell. The thing is, remember how I said earlier there's no Dragon Resist, no Fairy Resist? I'm guessing that Terra is gonna try to cover for that. But if it's a Dragon Resist, then it's not a Ball Strike Resist. So I'm guessing that this is gonna be Terra Fairy, because it also deals with Zapdos, and it is Terra Fairy. You can just get a Ball Strike. This looks so cool. Boom. That's so much damage, man. It's actually Shell Smash. This is really surprising considering I have Ditto. Though, like I said, he has the Rillaboom in the back always. But yeah, this is coming down to the wire here, because now I gotta deal with Blastoise. Like I said, if I sacrificed Ditto, I could have lost there. And here, I'm just gonna go for a safe Earth Power, because this always kills. Terra Blast. That knocks out my Zekrom, obviously. And here I have two options. I could go into Ditto or Flutter Mane. The thing is, judging by what's left, the best play is to go Flutter Mane. If I copy him with Ditto, well, first of all, I don't know what moves he has. Two of the moves are Terra Blast and Shell Smash. I'm guessing the third move is Water move. But the fourth move. See, if I copy him, I can Terra Blast. I mean, I could, but that's just, it's a normal type Terra. So yeah, I'm just gonna Moonblast, and down goes the Blastoise. Because Rillaboom's in the back, I can always get rid of my own Blastoise, right? And not only that, but Arcalon's in the back. So, assuming he's just Water and Terra Blast, none of those are gonna deal with Arcalon. So me not knowing his moves means I shouldn't go Ditto. I just go Flutter Mane and get some chip so I can win with Zapdos. At this point is really, I will have to like really choke. He's actually Flash Cannon over Iron Head and Heavy Slam. so I am able to take it. That's perfect actually, because now I can fire off another Moonblast. Just another Moonblast to weaken him. He's now way below half. Flash Cannon finishes me off. But Flutter Mane has already done what it had to do. And in comes Zapdos. Caludon is +2 defense. The thing is, I am Muscle Band, and this is stab 120 power. Get out of here. Zapdos looks so cool. I've never used Zapdos actually. Not this one at least. And then last is going to be Rillaboom. I did get a defense drop, so this Grass Glide is gonna do a lot. The thing is, I obviously have Ditto in the back, so this game is going to be a wrap. Yeah, that does so much. Dude, Rillaboom is crazy. But yeah, Bravebird's able to pick up the last one, and I am able to get my first win of the season. My redemption has just begun. Is that cringe? I'm sorry. GG's to Mike. Really, really cool team you have. I like the Rain. I like DEOXYS, obviously. I of course will try to cover some of the weaknesses. And I know that sounds rich coming from me because my team's like very offensive and stupid. It's like the most horrible team I ever made. It's ugly. But yeah, GG's to you. Next week for more battles, and like I said, if you want, you can say happy birthday to me down below. Peace out.